Narnia trilogy was definitely the best.
I don't think there's ever been a complete version of Narnia, and I'm especially not expecting the Greta Gerwig version to continue, you know?
Yeah, especially after the 80s happened and the 90s.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehvies, and today we're watching the Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. A little bit later than I expected today, because I thought My Cousin Vinny was an hour and a half film. Turns out it was 2.
Yes. Question. Yeah. Why is Don Cheadle Edmund?
He was the one who had the face that was easiest to Photoshop over.
Oh, God.
Ned is here, too, if you can find him.
Great. Oh, I see him.
Yeah,
Anything else I should notice?
Well, you know, I wanted to put Don's face over Mr. Tumnus, but Mr. Tumnus is not on this poster.
Yeah, and he's yeah.
And you know, if I had found Mr. Tumnus, I might not have put Don Cheadle's face over him. I might have chosen Patrick Stewart.
Right. So, are we all set and ready to go?
We are ready to go in a 3, and a 2, 1.
You haven't the faintest idea how many times I've watched this movie growing up as a kid.
I've seen this film a couple of times. I
had a widescreen version and a full screen version.
Oh, okay. And
then I tried watching the Blu-ray, but then it had a bit of a noticeable scratch in it to the point where I couldn't watch it, and I'm like, great, and now I gotta buy another copy. Dandy.
I won a copy of, I think it was either Prince Caspian or Voyage of the Dawn Treader in a Scholastic competition. And
I remember you saying some interesting things about this particular moment, and I feel like the scene, this added scene for the movie, which was the establishment of our setting, which is World War II. Yeah, I feel like it's kind of there to justify why exactly the Pevensie children had to be sent away, because
I suppose it makes sense in context. It's one of those things that it really bothered me when I first watched this film, because the movie starts off with the Blitz, right? And in the book, the Blitz is mentioned
off screen.
Yeah, but they're already where they wind up, you know?
Yeah, I feel like this actually adds a bit more to it, because otherwise we wouldn't really get that much context as to why they need to flee.
Yeah. I mean, granted, I never thought that the World War II setting was particularly
well, the thing is that
to Narnia as a thing.
Keep in mind, World War II was when this book was written.
It was written, yeah.
So, if you're going to have a real-world setting, it's going to end up being this particular era of human history.
I mean, like I said, I never thought that the...
Oh.
I don't know.
And plus this... Oh, that's going to echo later.
Yeah, this does kind of set up what's going to happen later on. But at the same time, my thing that I came back to when I've watched this movie before is that I kind of feel like this sequence was less than necessary. Like, Narnia does not have to be a period piece. Like, none of the things that go on post this, like this is one of the things. Yeah, I do like the dialogue here. It's just, if we're talking about like what we have to include in the movie and what we don't, I'd say let's put in the stuff that we don't get to later on, but we'll get to that. It's not like it's the Harry Potter books where each book was a doorstopper and they adapted maybe half of the major events of each.
And the
book
Narnia books are actually the Narnia books are actually relatively short.
Yeah, I remember I had a bold print version of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and it was only about as thick as half of the Philosopher's Stone.
And it's like Narnia itself also had a previous story, which was The Magician's Nephew, take place, I believe, around the late 19th century, early 20th.
Yeah, The Magician's Nephew being a prequel, yeah.
And the thing is like, you could either experience this as it was published or in chronological order, and you'd still get the full picture.
I've seen box sets of the Chronicles of Narnia where each book is arranged in chronological order. I feel like that kind of loses some things. But if you don't read it in the order that they were written, but at the same time, you can do that, and it's not like if you were to watch, say somebody's first time watching Star Wars was they watch the prequels, then the originals, you know? Oh, that's a situation in which you kind of lose the big reveal in the Empire
and quite
Strikes
honestly, the music.
Yeah. You also lose the major moment of the hyperspace takeoff in Episode 4, which George Lucas did his best to work around, but yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, since Disney does own Fox, they now have the ability to hypothetically continue this, but
nobody trusts modern day Disney to shoot this on an actual train.
And not only that, quite a few of the actors have moved on.
Oh yeah, putting aside the fact that everybody is approximately 15, 16 years older now, Harry Gregson Williams.
Yep.
Our old pal.
I figured it was Harry. Yeah.
Modern day Disney is just not what I'd say is capable of producing this kind of quality anymore.
This film is 20 years old. 20.
They haven't...
And it still is a visual masterpiece.
Oh, yeah. Well, the simple nature of having actual overhead photography that they then matted shadows into, that they use like they shot an actual train. God, you can tell this is the English countryside because they don't have any railroad crossings. Wilbur, who are these small humans?
Oof. That sucks.
The house got exploded by the Germans.
Like, deadass, we
ran helter-skelter to the fallout shelter.
Oh, Ace Ventura would not take kindly to Miss McCready.
You couldn't have just gotten out and asked the horse nicely? That's fair.
And meanwhile the professor be like, just be like, they seem like nice people.
Yeah. I remember, I love that reveal at the end of the book. I mean, it was like he's portrayed as this, like, odd figure throughout the story, and then it was like, oh, he's just a nice guy.
Yeah, and they feel the movie captured that really well. Unlike the animated version of this.
Oh, dear.
I've seen most of the animated version, and I'm like, yep, I hate this. I hate this so much.
I don't think any story, aside from maybe the Three Children in It books and the Spiderwick Chronicles, has been treated as poorly as Narnia has in terms of adaptation. Because at least, like, Harry Potter and Spiderwick managed to get finished, you know? Three Children in It and Narnia have never had a complete one.
The actor who plays Edmund has some ties to Charles Darwin.
Oh, okay.
Like, good lord. Oh. Peter, we love you.
I've always liked that kind of old pocket knife, where it's just a big hunk of wood with a blade in it. This is the kind of place I would hide when I was playing hide and seek as a kid. Nobody would ever find me.
Well, I don't think you'd be able to hide in that since,
as an adult,
oh, you're so full of it.
As an adult, I would not be able to. As a older teenager, I wouldn't be able to hide inside a chest like that.
Neither would I.
My shoulders.
And I'm only slightly
broad.
shorter than you are.
For me, it's my shoulders, because I have to fit myself into spaces at sort of an angle. Buzz, 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 CGI bug.
Well, at least it's not as bad as the Flying Troll 2.
At least it's not as bad as the CGI pancakes in Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh god, the fact that film exists.
It's putting aside some weird shit that happens in terms of the effects, it's probably Adam Sandler's best comedy in years.
Well, that's because it's a sequel to one of his biggest hits.
Oh, yeah.
And you just hear Peter in the background. I'm still counting, and he's almost gotten to 100. How good do you think he is at hide and seek normally? If they get 100-second head start.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if he's gonna give them 100, a count to 100 there, he's damn good. That boy's gonna grow up to work for Scotland Yard.
Ooh. Now that's unusual. We find out in The Magician's Nephew that the wardrobe was made out of a tree seat that was grown in the professor's yard. And that tree was given to him by Aslan.
Yes.
And we also find out through The Magician's Nephew the origin of that lamppost that just happens to be out in the middle of this forest.
Oh my god, Disney movies used to be shot on film.
And C.S. Lewis just made that lamp just be there just on a challenge.
It was like, put in a random modern-ish thing in an otherwise fantasy world.
And don't elaborate on it at all. Or rather, don't make anybody question it at all. And we find out that the lamppost was ragdolled around by by Jadis. I mean, and it's an interesting explanation, but I have to imagine how many people that were around back then who to this point in time actually remember a random white witch just showing up out of nowhere and just wailing on things. Although the books and the manga kind of depict Jadis as a tad uglier than Tilda Swinton.
Yes. Oh, yeah, there was a manga, wasn't there? Just like there was a
Up in
manga
Magician's Nephew.
Yeah, there was also a manga adaptation of Deltora Quest.
So Georgie Henley's reaction to Mr. Tumnus there was very genuine because she had not seen McAvoy in his prosthetics and makeup at all.
I'd say that's the best way to do something like that. Capture the initial reaction, and then if it's not right, we'll like workshop it. But yeah,
I swear
it works.
I swear this interaction, I'm like, it's too sweet that I may have to check for cavities.
Professor Xavier, what's going on with all those horns on your head? Hey, Percy Jackson. Eat your fucking heart out.
Yep. Stop making me invested in this.
God damn, Percy Jackson had it.
A phone. That is a actual name of Georgie Henley's mother. So unintentionally, she actually named the mother in this adaptation.
Huh.
It was a genuine mistake on her part, but they kept it in because it just works. And I feel like, considering we've been watching Digimon lately, I feel like a lot of that series ended up taking a certain aspect of inspiration from this series of books.
Probably from Alice in Wonderland as well. Oh, because it has a bunch of weird crap. Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. But I feel like in terms of the aspect of time barely passing outside.
True, yeah. I just realized The Wizard of Oz probably has the worst track record for adaptations. Because none of them are good, aside from Return to Oz. Like, The Wiz is alright, but it's not a...
You're really going to say that? You know? You're really going to say that to somebody who's seen the original Wizard of Oz?
I mean, it's like when they're in Oz, it's great.
You really don't like the parts that sets up the.
I'm more concerned about the ending. Later.
But you were there, and you were there,
and you were there. Yeah, that part. Why would I want the sardines? They're very salty. So, Mr. Tumnus, what's in these packages? Oh, I bought a set of batteries off of Amazon. They sent them in one giant fucking box. Imagine that.
What's Amazon? Oh, dear.
Well, you'll find out in the days of future past. That's an actual thing that happened to me today, by the way. Hey, I bought a guitar strap, right? Right, one of the EVH leather-bound guitar straps, and it came in a, like, 4-foot by 2-foot box.
I did like the attention to detail of Tumnus just looking behind him and making sure that he wasn't followed.
I like how he was clopping his feet on the ground there.
Yeah, that.
Or just knocking the snow off of his legs.
Yeah, that would make sense. Oh. That takes on a bit more of a sad undertone when you realize what Tumnus here means.
Mm. Is man a myth?
It's
humans.
It's fucking cold here. Like, dead. Like, seriously.
Christmas is the time. Christmas is the time where Frank Welker comes along and screams at us from his sleigh and then shoots his machine guns down.
What are you on about? And who is this Frank Welker chap? Stop being so cute. Stop it. Stop it right now. I love that. Nice subversion of expectation there. There seems to be an interesting thing going on in the flames.
Has anybody done an edit of him playing through the fire and the flames on that thing?
I don't know, but I'm sure somebody has. Ooh. The fact that Tumnus ends up growing a conscience here, or just, he is an unintentional instigator of a lot of good things and some bad things to come. Have you seen how frigid my nipples feel? Don't touch them. It brings about pain. She regularly tortures me through that. It's fucking nightmarish.
Have you ever had your nipples frozen off? I do, every night.
And she puts them right back.
She sews them right back on every morning.
We know who you are.
Any of you here, little orc?
We've seen your browser history, Mr. Tumnus.
We know that you've been looking up humans.
I swear, it's only for research purposes.
That's not normal for a furry.
I swear I wasn't looking up anything NSFW. Come on.
Why were you on H3621?
I don't even know what that is.
Why do you have an account here, Professor Sexavia?
Oh, dear God, I'm not going to get through to these people. See, look, barely any time has passed.
Lucy, what are you doing standing here?
No? You know, the only thing I'm not particularly fond of when it comes to Susan is just the fact that what happens with her in the last battle?
I don't consider the last battle to be proper in terms of an ending.
The thing is, Susan, I feel, has the worst characterization out of anybody in the Narnia books by the end of it.
Yeah.
Edmund, you are being a dick. Ladies, you're both beautiful in your own unique way.
Your own special way.
And then Susan proceeds to think Narnia nothing more as a fantasy, even though she's only second eldest in the Pevensie family.
Mm.
And we end up finding out that the only way into Narnia is if you're not looking for it. Like, you have to not be seeking it at all.
It's like the Philosopher's Stone.
Which I feel like J.K. Rowling's ended up taking unintentional inspiration from this. Because it's like, oh, that was a good shit. Where is my little sister going? By the way, good opportunity to be a total jackass. Though I feel like Lucy ends up wanting to see if it really was there, so in a way she was looking for it. Lucy, where are you?
Lucy, Lucy.
I swear I wasn't trying to anticipate what Edmund was saying there. Oh, God, where did this branch come from? Oh, bollocks. The funny thing is, if this were England or Australia, the word bollocks would have to be censored just because it's a extreme way in those territories of saying balls
Big
or
fat balls. Could you say that on TV? I wonder.
I think you can.
Next time I'm on TV in England, I'll scream big fat balls and see if they censor me.
They're not going to censor you. They're going to censor you if you say bollocks. Now, one thing to note about the debut of our white witch in this. Jadis in the books was not depicted as beautiful as Tilda Swinton is.
No.
This actually...
Yeah, here she's portrayed as sort of coldly, creepily.
And the funny thing is that the creep factor actually ends up making Edmund's actor or somewhat uncomfortable around her, which was part of a bit of method acting. Back when villainous actors or actresses is actually tried to sell the idea that they were the bad guy.
And that, they were actually on set with each other in an actual thing.
Yeah, see, that is... Yeah, see, you can see how uncomfortable he is in that situation.
Jeez, it's really... Seeing her hands like that. Yeah.
She's like, let's not get... Oh, goodness gracious.
Sure. It is literally...
the amount of people that actually tried Turkish Delight because of this scene...
Yeah, no, it's one of the lamest candies imaginable in the modern world, but to a child living in the Blitz... What the fuck did you do that for? He wasn't done with that, you bitch.
She's not the one who threw it. The dwarf was the one.
I was talking to the dwarf.
Okay. So
Are you coming on to me?
No, good God.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
The thing is that in a manner of speaking, this is the easiest way to turn an innocent child into essentially Judas.
I don't like what I see. All I ask is that you listen to me. Oh dear.
Oh no, indeed. To think that we end up having Susan genuinely believe that it's all just been a made up dream. Because as Alex do remember, or that you remember, or that at the last battle, flat out has Susan just believe that every vivid experience she had in the first two published books. Screw you, Edmund. I know he gets better, but still. Hey! I love this man.
How in the ever-loving hell did you manage to catch a cold indoors in a dressing gown?
And funny how Andrew Adamson was only involved in the first two films. Then Michael Apted and was involved with the third one. And Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely, who many people know of the MCU, end up getting involved in all three.
Hmm.
And I think this film trilogy ended up grossing over $1 billion.
Well, you know, they, if they can't make all the money...
Jim Broadbent and is the professor here.
Jim Broadbent is a name I recognize, but I can't for the life of me, and I know his voice, but I can't for the life of me tell you what he's been in otherwise.
Horace Slughorn.
Oh!
He was the professor in this movie before he was Horace Slughorn. Edmund angry. Edmund smash. What timing on my part.
Oh dear.
Run! Run for the glorious Democratic People's Republic of,
Narnia.
Yes, Narnia. I would have said Korea, but then that would be horribly inaccurate.
Run to
Especially...
the hills. Run
and
for
Alex,
your life.
And Alex, you already know what I was making a reference to.
Yes.
Look, just humor him, Susan.
Don't worry, it's bigger on the inside.
Oh my god. There's snow everywhere. Impossible.
But not improbable.
No, what's improbable is Leia being Luke's sister.
Yes.
If you've seen the Robot Chicken sketch, you get it. Because Darth Vader was like, I am your father. That's impossible. And Leia is your sister. That's improbable. Then we cut to them seemingly having had sex. And the Empire will be defeated by Ewoks. That's very unlikely. And as a child, I built C-3PO. Huh? And the Force? That's just microscopic bacteria in your bloodstream called midichlorians.
I was about to say that's just Microsoft Excel.
Oh, Peter delivering one sick burn after another.
Yeah, that delivery on is like Peter's just like, and what are you gonna do about it? You want to go back and get another one?
I swear this motif is just one of the best things about this film series.
Yep. I like this. I like this soundtrack. If they'd have been expedient about these films, this could have gone down in history the way Lord of the Rings did.
Yeah. Disney and Fox would have probably had a film series that would have made well over $1.5 billion. Because let me go through the box office revenue of each of the films. This movie made $745 million. Prince Caspian sadly made $419.6 million. Which is unfortunate.
Dawn Treader would have made about $500 million then, right?
It made the least. $415.6 million, and it had the least amount in its budget.
What were the budgets for these films, by the way?
First movie is $180 million.
180.
Second movie is $225 million, making Caspian the most expensive. And Voyage of the Dawn Treader was between $140 and $155 million.
Man, Disney would be doing good to make that kind of return these days.
I would be half tempted to say fuck the police, but
Fuck the police coming straight from the underground.
yes, it did. As you will soon discover, the animals have the ability to speak. Oh, hey, it's a beaver. And look, 20 years ago, they actually made a really good CG with this.
Eh.
How do you muck that up nearly 14 years later?
Don't patronize me.
I love that sudden reveal. So, Mr. Beaver is voiced by Ray Winstone.
He died recently, didn't he?
Let me look and find out. No, he's still alive.
Oh, thank God.
They would have up. He's been in Puss in Boots since The Last Wish as Papa Bear.
Meow. Didn't Frank Drebin Jr. play the lion? Yes, he did, Ben.
Who did Ben think played Ada Aslan?
Liam Neeson.
Well, then he'd be correct.
Yeah.
That would be really stupid if he assumed otherwise.
Does the lion have a naked gun? He will in a future film.
Thankfully, without Pedro Pascal.
That was great when Liam Neeson got up there and said that. It was like,
Damn you!
We're not like all the other movies. We don't have Pedro Pascal in our film.
I just want to imagine that they'll have Pedro Pascal show up just to get killed off. And Mrs. Beaver here is voiced by Dawn French, who is thankfully also still alive and has been in The Magician's Elephant as Sister Marie.
Watch your step, watch your shoulders, watch your backsides.
Why would I need to watch my bum?
Watch your whole fucking body. It's kind of a narrow entryway. Home cut fries.
So, Lion Christ Superstar?
Oh, hang on.
And Aslan in this universe has also created the entirety of the Narnia cosmology.
A big fucking talking lion.
Who may or may not have gone after several people just to rescue his daughter. I don't know who you are or what you want.
Sounds like Annabelle Smith from the A-Team.
I don't have any money. But what I do have are a particular set of skills. Skills that I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that will make me a nightmare for men like you. If you let my daughter go, that will be the end of it. I will not look for you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. I apologize for a bit of the botching up of that, but and I've been standing in line for like 4 hours just to get something from Bryce Papenbrook.
Man,
my legs are killing me.
That was that long, huh?
Yeah, and unfortunately, I forgot your request.
Ah, it's all right, man.
If I ever see him again, I will fulfill it.
That's cool.
Guys, come on. We've been isekai'd into another world, and I'm sure if we had talking monsters with us, they would tell us to go save the world. Sadly, yes. Edmund, you are being incredibly, incredibly stupid. I mean, I get why he makes this decision here, but the thing is that... Oh, they got up there pretty quickly, and that is a nice little set.
Yeah.
Right there. Look at that castle.
Ooh, yeah.
They'll hear you. No, are you daft? Well, I guess we're just gonna have to leave him here to die. It's interesting when the youngest is the voice of reason here. Yes, then take us to the big lion, whose CGI is infinitely better than all of 2019 Lion King.
Yeah,
We'll get to that.
Hey,
we'll get to that later.
Far better work on all of these characters, all these CGI characters in this film than we do in any of, either The Lion King or Mufasa.
And you know, the sad thing is, we are going to get to one actor who has recently passed away in this film.
Yes.
And I know that Gizmo had gone on my case just for the fact that I happened to have one of the first things I heard him in was this movie, of all things. I'm like, you're acting like Narnia was a bad film. Or that he did a bad job. And there's the sweet puppy dog.
Be careful, there may be a Medusa about.
Maugrim, as voiced by the late Michael Madsen. Yeah, his voice is quite jarring in this setting. Come on, let's be real here. You got British, you got near Scottish and Irish in this movie, and then you have American. Like, I know Mogrim isn't that much of a character in this, but I kind of like him.
Yeah.
Like, out of all the wolves, he's the only one with the most presence. Then again, if you're going to get Michael Madsen to voice a character in this, you might as well give him enough screen time. Because otherwise, he'd be like, that it? That really all you got for me? Okay, whatever. I'm sorry, did I give you permission to sit in my throne? No. Are they blind? Or are they retarded? No. That's an ableist slur. Okay, then. For failure, you don't get that reward, Edmund. And he would like to consume his fill. I think a couple of people who worked on this movie got to voice it says a couple of characters.
Hmm.
They look like very happy doggos.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm like, they're supposed to be vicious attack wolves, but they end up looking like happy dogs.
I can see that they're just happy to be running around in the snow.
I wonder how many people would assume that some of them just talking seems like it's lifted straight from cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs looks better than cats.
Alex, you have any idea how low a bar that is?
That's why I said that. I don't want to be wrong like I was with Rescue Heroes.
You aren't wrong, Alex. I have seen a bit of that, and that thing is just... Ugh. Yeah, and unlike you guys, they don't need to crouch. And at the very least, when the wolves are supposed to be talking, they don't just make the weird animation with their mouth.
Where it goes like
that. Oh. Oh. Oh, dear. I'm sure he was your best man, too. I'm not even saying that as a joke.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at all the quality of these little carvings here.
Yeah. Prince Charming from Shrek? Yes, that is Rupert Everett.
Hmm. An unfortunate family resemblance, you big fucking racist.
Yeah, you see what they're doing with that? They're actually fully animating the mouths.
And their eyes, too.
Oh. Oh.
You know, this is better creature effects than Superman.
Oh, no duh. Again, that's a low bar.
Well, you know, they never have the CGI dogs looking directly into the camera lens. He's a big lion.
Well, that's nice of you, but about that. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Oh, this is very stiff and very stale.
Somebody made bread out of pure dust. Don't know how they did it.
Oh, Mr. Tumnus. We're literally in the same predicament, aren't we? You know, the thing is that I know Edmund grows to be a much, much better character later down the line, and even becomes a really good number two to Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Even outright becoming the main star of the third book. Next to Eustace Scrub, who also gets better.
That's such a strange, lame name.
The book even makes a comment on that.
Oi, Scrub. What you on about?
Lion Christ Superstar. Ow. I'm half expecting him to whimper like Brian in Life of Brian. Are we sure that's not Dr. Claw?
Okay, Your Majesty.
Looks and sounds like one of the orcs from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, and the look of betrayal on Tumnus's face when Edmund confirms it. Just. Oh. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away. No, it's not like that. I didn't
expect the world to exist at all, frankly.
And frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Oh.
Meanwhile, feels like they're walking across a desert.
Technically, snow can be a desert. Like an icy tundra.
I heard that. Oh, I love the subversion of expectation. Hills. Which, by the way, this meeting with Father Christmas here was cut from the animated movie.
That's unfortunate. Why would you... why would you cut Santa Claus out of the movie?
Alex, remember, it's England, so we have to refer to him as Father Christmas. I mean, hell, Sir Integra referred to him as Father Christmas.
I'll call him Saint fucking Nicholas before I call him Father Christmas.
I only call him that because this film takes place.
I know.
It's in England. Excuse me. Do I hear any good boys or girls around here?
I see that there are some good children down here in need of presents.
And then it's the robot Santa from Futurama. I think that was what you were going for earlier.
Yeah.
I figured it had to be Futurama because I'm like, come on. Murder Happy Santa Claus from that? Too well known. Yeah. Even I've seen the episode on where he's from.
I remember he showed up in one of the comics and they explained his backstory and I was like, oh, well, that's fucking weird.
I don't even know. I think when they got to the camp, that was when, and they were given the weapons. There's Santa Claus. I'm gonna see who plays.
Kind of looks like him. My dad around that time, actually, back when he had a longer beard.
James Cosmo.
Ah.
I mean, seriously, my beard has grown out to ridiculous lengths. And he's supposed to be Scottish as well. That's neat. Aww. There is no beauty to be had with battle. Okay, so if there's no beauty, let's get all the women dressed in bikinis to fight each other with pillows.
But Father Christmas, it's the middle of winter.
You need to understand how this works.
I just saw the trailer for the new Red Sonja movie. God fucking damn it. There's another goddamn bot in the chat.
So Peter gets Link's sword and shield.
That is a
That
nice
seems to be,
sword.
It is.
So fucking cool.
Got some neat little inscriptions in the fuller.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, the fuller is the portion that's in the center.
Yes.
Or of the blade going up.
I believe it's colloquially known as a blood groove.
And, yeah, when I saw that lore video on Narnia on the last battle, I'm like, I was not expecting what they ended up going with for that. I'm like, so it's not necessarily a battle of a literal big battle going on. No, it's a battle of one's beliefs. Woof.
Woof. Bark. Arf. Rar.
Let's try to quickly move along. Good idea, because the beaver is actually the lightest of our group. He's not wrong. This is one scenario where stepping with your tippy toes would actually be practical. As you go flat foot, you're putting in all of your weight at once.
Yes, but if you're doing tiptoes, you're actually putting individual pressure points down. And I'd belly crawl across, but in a situation like this, they don't have a whole lot of time for that.
Nope. Especially when they're up against cute puppy dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the beaver is going to be menacing towards a wolf. I mean, come on. You just picked up a sword and you think you're a swordsman? Like, seriously.
Can you even slice that thing without lopping your own hands off?
She's not wrong. I mean, I'm literally right in front of you. I could pounce at any moment. And it'll be awesome.
You can tell that that's an actual miniature that they've matted into this sequence, too.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Again, I'm praising film techniques that used to be, popularized back in the day, but nowadays are being frowned upon because we can just green screen whatever the fuck we want.
Well, it's not just a matter of, like, some stuff is green screen and some is not in this, but it's like, if you look at it carefully, you can see where they've, they've put it together so that, you can see where they've put it together so that the composition is
oh dear,
slightly nicer, And so you don't have, because it's an actual miniature rather than just being CGI, it comes together better, and you don't have as much of the film as CGI, so you can dedicate it to the places where it's more necessary.
Sorry, the dog's out.
I thought that was. Ugh. I thought that was in the background of this film.
No. My older sister's currently got 4 very loud and obnoxious male dogs.
Ah.
Sorry. The stating facts.
Yeah.
Oof. Edmund, in hindsight, you should have realized that just maybe, she was going to petrify him anyway.
So, what was Maleficent's excuse for having worse cinematography, visual effects, and editing than this a decade later?
Who knows? She did not waste any time with that butterfly.
Ugh.
The fact that she did it so offhandedly is like, good lord, woman. I would have been half tempted to make a Rico Lau reference, but I'm like, nah, it's overdone. Hello. Oh, tree.
I'm reminded of how Epic Movie did this and had just some fuck dressed as James Bond.
Yeah, that sounds like something those types of parody films would do. You know,
Have you noticed that hardly anybody else around here looks like us? Everybody else is some sort of fantasy creature or human-animal hybrid or talking animal or other thing.
I should also mention that Tumnus earlier on was the reason why C.S. Lewis started this series, because he had a dream about Tumnus once, and he was like, I gotta make something out of this. I gotta. And I see like the campsite around here, and I also can't help but think like one of the campsites that the Band of the Hawk had in Berserk. Then again, this is kind of common in like old mercenary in campsites. And there he is in all of his majesty, Lion Christ Superstar. God damn it.
Realist Metal asks, where's Borat? That,
Sacha Baron Cohen, thankfully, isn't in this movie. Don't mind the background noise from my family. And after seeing how many people try to make fan casting for Aslan in a new thing of Narnia, I'm like, no, I refuse. I accept no substitutions for Liam Neeson.
Why would we
it's him.
Get Liam Neeson back?
He could still do the voice.
Why wouldn't... if we have to not have Liam Neeson for some reason, who would you choose?
I accept no substitutions.
What if we were to get Peter Cullen to do the voice?
Dude is 84 years old, and I doubt he would be able to do it.
All we have to do is sit him down and have him read all of Aslan's lines from all 7 books. Yeah, you're right. The only thing the Lion King has on this is the fur animation is a little bit higher quality, but
this is still better or animated and everything. Like, you could see the expression on Aslan's face.
I was gonna say, like, the eyes alone have it. You can tell what he's looking at and what he's thinking from his eyes.
Why they couldn't animate any of the lions' faces in the 2019 movie is a mystery to me. Like, you would think
wouldn't, but yeah.
Like, Aslan was the blueprint for this.
In a movie that they fucking made.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Meanwhile... Meanwhile,
I'm reminded of the fact that the guy they had playing Borat in Epic Movie was wearing a fucking lime green banana hammock the entire time.
Oh, God. You know...
Thank you for putting that image in my head, Metal.
Yeah. Surprise! Like, seriously.
Time you want to go tomorrow?
Wolf.
He's actually looking where they are, too.
Yep. I've seen the blooper. I've seen, like, the bloopers of this, and the mocap actor was just, like... I'm like, it's so jarring to see this without the visual effects.
It's like watching Benedict Cumberbatch crawling around on the mocap set for the Hobbit.
And then when we get to the stone table scene, we just get some rando in a mocap suit going, "Here I come, I'm Edmund."
They cut out the bit of him cleaning the blood off the blade.
That's a shame, but
it's kind of a nothing moment, but like the fact that he has to like reach down and wipe the blood off the blade on the grass, it kind of brought home the fact that this is a life or death scenario almost.
Yeah. You know, some people comment with the way that Jadis's dress changes throughout the film. They end up getting inspiration from Pokemon of all things, where the dress evolves as the film goes on. She's half tempted to just leave him gagged. I'll let you know when I'll kill you. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away.
Cool.
Yep.
How exactly do you walk around? I feel like having your legs that far behind you would be... I mean, I suppose horses do it somehow, but...
Yes. Aslan just gently climbs right down like he's a cat.
It It feels so bad. What once was happy, now is sad.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go and train Christian Bale in the ways of the assassin. Who is Christian Bale? You'll find out in due time.
You'll find out.
It's funny how I'm actually attempting to do a Liam Neeson impression. And I'm like, I don't even think my attempt at an Irish accent is good.
I think he's Scottish.
Liam...
Actually, you're right. He is Irish. Never mind. And I was gonna say...
Liam is a common Irish name. Actor from Northern Ireland.
Northern Ireland, specifically.
Liam Neeson, 73 years old, and he could... And at the very least with Aslan, he doesn't need to strain his vocal cords.
Yeah.
That's kind of why it was hard for James Earl Jones to reprise Mufasa, because Mufasa used to be a character where he did have to strain his vocal cords a bit.
A bit growly.
And at the very least, with Aslan, there's a slight growl in there. And so it sounds like he's an animal of some sort.
I remember when somebody was asking Jeremy Irons about the new Lion King movie, and he said, "And they're getting some young chap to play."
We talked. No. It's like if they don't get me, then they'll probably get some
young.
I don't know who they'll get. Yeah, somebody made an animation out of that, and that was
great.
It's still he could have still done the voice.
Is Tilda Swinton supposed to be the one playing Aslan in the Netflix show?
No.
Oh no, that's Helen Mirren, isn't it?
Oh, that's so stupid.
Helen Mirren, great actress. Not what I'd say is a good choice for
Lucy is somehow a better shot with a dagger than Susan with a bow and arrow.
I don't believe you. That's a skill that you have to acquire.
The horse is actually named after one of the people who worked on this movie, Philip Stewart. Jadis's name is pronounced very interestingly in this scene.
Cyclopses. Possibly the only decently done cinematic Cyclops. Eat Your Heart Out, Percy Jackson and the Olympians. Twice.
Even Castlevania had them outdone, and that was a Netflix show.
Oh yeah, but that's
I know it's animation.
I'm talking live action, yeah.
Yeah, but even in cartoon, they had a better Cyclops. Now the deep magic to me, which I was there when it was written. Yeah, and even as powerful as Aslan is, as powerful as Aslan is, he can't, override the deep magic.
I mean, exsanguinating your body is definitely an option.
I would suggest the actual death of Judas as an alternative, but that would be a little bit too brutal for a children's fantasy movie.
Yeah, taking off his belt and hanging himself. Yeah, no.
Which, yes, in real life, Judas, to atone for his betrayal, hung himself.
Yes, and there's an interesting story in the original movie version of Jesus Christ Superstar. about how the actor playing Judas nearly fell off a fucking cliff while shooting that scene.
Oh, God.
And, Ted Neely, the guy who played Jesus, saved his life.
Well, that's a relief.
Yeah.
Woo!
Sit the fuck down, bitch!
It seems triumphant right now, but then... Oh, dear. Only Lucy realizes what might have had to be done to spare Edmund. And here we're going to get one of the most well-known scenes in this. Makes sense that they grab their things. Because you never know. You really thought you could sneak up on a lion? Really? He can hear you. He can smell you. Oh. Look how she slowly reaches out for the mane.
Yeah. They do a lot of work at convincing you that this big cartoon lion is actually here.
Yep. They do more work with this than they do with a lot of other films.
Yeah.
Now, in the book, C.S. Lewis ended up putting in a description or in a disclaimer like, oh, if you are a little squeamish, don't read any further. Because he gets into a lot of detail describing the various creatures that surround Aslan in this scene.
Yes, the spilling of the blood upon the stone table scene was kind of a little uncomfortable to read as a kid.
Oh yeah, and it's an uncomfortable watch in the film.
Metal says, I remember this part, it was annoying in the video game adaptation.
Ugh.
Yeah, this is a harpy, isn't it?
And
some kind of bat creature.
And going back to mentioning the animated film, this scene was very much a joke in there. Like, not even, and like they made it a joke. I mean, like it felt too much like this went by way too quickly.
Yeah.
And the way they animated was just too comical to take seriously.
I hate it when they do stuff like that. That's so fucking lame. That's so fucking lame.
Yeah, and it's not that he can't fight back, it's just this was his choice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, I could take this way more seriously. Like they all go at that main. Source of what.
Yeah, the usage of props and clever shot organization makes this both realistic and uncomfortable.
Yep. And there is actually a line that Jadis says here in this scene that is not in the book. But it adds a lot to it. And unfortunately, the girls have to are pretty much forced to watch this.
Mm-hmm.
It's this line right here. Yeah, she is definitely pouring salt into the wound.
Aslan, I've brought a copy of Smash Bros. Melee, and I'm going to rub it into all of your wounds.
Why would you do such a dastardly deed?
I need the producer of Maximum Salt. Welcome to the, only recorded occultic gathering at Stonehenge.
Mm-hmm. You didn't even need to see the knife go into him. Just that shot out of him reacting to it is...
And the way she dropped. Like she fell to her knees doing so.
They do so much to sell me on this. And as we've said, not even a drop of blood. I mean, sure, there is some blood later down the line, but...
And that's an actual stuffed doll, I believe. That's not CGI there.
Yeah. I mean, it would have to be, because... Come on, you're really going to CGI a dead lion?
No, it's not. I just need one drop. I just need one drop. I'm very thirsty. One drop, Lucy.
You're taking the absolute piss out of this moment.
Listen to Susan.
I'm sorry. I saw an opportunity.
This is why I don't make these kinds of jokes, because they're too easy. You first think the rats are just being pests, but no.
It was a bit too small to be rats. They're probably field mice. Good old
Either
English.
way.
Good old English field mice. We don't get those around here. We get giant fucking giant
We get
fucking
rodents of
rats
unusual. We get rodents of unusual size.
Yeah.
Some wielding machine guns.
You also get jumping mice. Not quite kangaroo rats, but we do have those too. There are mice that jump all. Their main method of transportation, it appears to be, hey, they find a high thing and jump onto it. God damn it, Peter. You don't have to pull the sword out for every little thing.
Well, it makes sense for him to have that little thing develop, because you never know if there is an assailant. The fact that Edmund is actually placing his faith in Peter just says a lot about how much he's changed.
Like, hey. Kill them all, let Lion God sort them out.
But Lion God is dead right now.
Then fuck him.
I don't think we would be in the mood for sexual intercourse with the enemy.
No, it's a... Never mind.
I know what you're saying. Hey, I'm just making a joke.
I know. You know, you have a horse for a back. Would I be able to ride you into battle?
No.
Not if you want either of us to retain any dignity. I have feelings that both of us would die of embarrassment before the end of the day.
That centaur's loyalty and dedication is phenomenal.
More awesome creature effects.
Yep. And for a big battle scene. Those three giants don't actually do anything in the battle. They're just there.
They're there to be the worst effect in the movie so far.
Which is... is just...
Oh my god. It's Sarian McKellen and I don't know who played the big polar bear in His Dark Materials, the TV show.
I'm like, it took me a bit to figure out. I'm like, oh, right. Golden Compass.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
adapted that book out of order in the movie.
I know.
That's stupid. Even the video game adapted it in order. That's the worst part. When the video game is a better adaptation than the film it's based off of.
His Dark Materials is such a good book series, and the movie was adapted not only out of order, but it wasn't even the full fucking book. It's not necessarily a bad movie, and if they'd have actually continued, it would have been alright. But that never happened.
And now we get a little unique bit that was based off of the beginning of the movie, in which Peter will apply what he ended up experiencing at the beginning in this battle.
Setting up a blitz.
So there was a deleted bit for this battle where the queen ended up sending like I think some of those gargoyles or harpies at the griffins.
Huh.
There were a lot of neat little bits in the deleted footage of this battle scene, and we could have had to the death. Oh. Wow.
I like how they're not standing with the bows drawn. You only
Makes
do
sense.
that. Yeah, you only do that if you're real close and about ready to fire.
Yeah, like it was in Two Towers.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. Because that battle could have started at any moment, and indeed it did.
Mm-hmm. And quite a few of those spears just broke on impact.
Yeah, lances tend to do that. Even if they do have pointed ends, they'll occasionally just snap off at times.
Yep.
Like one Minotaur body check one of the centaurs, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're probably going to need you to.
With her hair like that, she kind of reminds me of Anya from Spy Family.
Oh. Alex, I think you know what to queue up when we see a certain re-entrance.
Ooh, I have the button ready.
And as the sun rises... God damn it! I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. For some people who are wondering, yes, Aslan is in this version, is in the books, the depiction of both Jesus Christ and God.
Which, yeah, that's C.S. Lewis's interpretation of that. I don't think that holds up to strict scrutiny, except when you take into account The Last Battle, but The Last Battle is not a book that I consider well done.
Meanwhile, I like how the Queen doesn't even put out her main the force that he's frontlining. I know, it's the initial vanguard. So there's also some deleted bits of Peter defending the Phoenix as it was about to go into battle. Also, that way, it seemed like the summoning of the Phoenix felt like that it was crucial to the battle.
I guess he needed to get more work after they cut him out of some of the Harry Potter films.
Oof. Yeah, I think they cut that out just because the Queen just immediately undoes that.
Yeah.
That effort. So that's kind of fair. Well, it's a good thing Aslan is, big enough for them to ride.
Edmund, have we considered using nuclear weapons? Peter, there's no way we can do that. The Americans haven't invented them yet.
Yep. Waiting until all the enemy is within... Oh dear, there goes the unicorn. Now, there's another deleted scene of this with a extended battle between our centaur, our right-hand man, and the Minotaur.
I am the Rhino. Ow, that fucking hurt.
General Aureus is his name. And is played by Patrick Cake. It's spelled Kaake.
Huh.
Yeah, there was a bit more to this battle, to that fight between between Aureus and Otman in the deleted scene, but they kind of cut that out. Which I feel like that kind of sour. Felt like a sour taste in my mouth. And I'm like,
damn.
That would have actually been cool to see. And
that a transition.
Yeah. And she sees what happened to Mr. Tumnus. swear I was dead. Not a fun feeling.
God, I never want to be stoned again. Do not accept any mushrooms from any strange white witches, I tell you what.
And Jadis has finally decided that she's gonna get up on the front lines.
Mm.
Oof. Indeed. Oof. Well, there goes the petrification part of her abilities. Oh. And she just tosses away that broken inceptor. And now she's going to dual wield. Yeah, she's far more experienced than we gave her credit for.
I can see it, like, as she's fighting with it. Can you tell the Matrix was popular?
Yes. Especially since this was 2005, after the trilogy, only a couple years after the trilogy ended.
I can tell she's kind of...
You better believe it.
Look to me on the coming of the first light of the second day. Look to the east.
As a reminder, C.S. Lewis and Tolkien were best friends.
Yes.
Tumnus just comes in and shoves a guy. Ow. Should have done this years ago. Yeah, let's be real. Aslan should have killed her magician's nephew. That would have saved us a lot of trouble.
What the fuck was up with that effect there?
Yeah, I never really got that. And
he's dead, man.
And Jadis and magician's nephew did demonstrate superhuman strength, so Oh god. Drink it. Aww. Hey, if he wasn't rebellious, Peter, he would not be a successful number 2.
I thought you were dead. News of my death has been appropriately communicated.
Don't you mean exaggerated? I know what I said. We really got to do Megamind. And little did we know, in between this scene and the ending of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, we'd end up getting some rando Middle Eastern boy and his horse.
Yeah.
That was certainly an interesting time.
Yeah.
The Pevensie children were still in Narnia and they had to help this whole thing. No. And Mr. Tumnus is the one giving her crown.
Badger, 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 badger. Mushroom, mushroom. What the fuck? Who did that to the lion?
Who knows?
And anybody who's, for some reason, not watching this with the movie, I'm not talking about Aslan, I'm talking about the other big cat. The other big cat had a pair of glasses and a mustache drawn onto it with a Sharpie, it looked like.
How do you feel about nearly 1,000 years passing?
Excuse me?
Lucy. What? Well, let me tell you a little something about a race of beings known as the Telmarines. Unfortunately, Lucy, you're not going to be seeing Mr. Tumnus again. You know, oh, and the last thing in the Silver Chair, which was the last thing that Prince Caspian was featured in, it's like it was kind of sad seeing him just become old and practically senile.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, look at that. Peter is transformed into the Burger King.
God.
I remember seeing that, and it was like, oh, Caspian got old and died not entirely off screen, but you know.
Yeah, and Eustace didn't even recognize him, and that's the sad part. Eustace didn't know that it was Caspian until after he died. Oh, the lamppost.
It was covered in snow last time we were here.
I believe Georgie Henley's older sister is the older version of Lucy.
If that kind of thing is available, it's always good to make use of it. It's like how the guy who played a young T'Challa in Black Panther was older T'Challa's son. T'Chaka. God damn it.
Older T'Chaka.
I'm gonna fucking shoot out my own brain with all the stupid things I say one day.
And they transition back into their younger selves.
If I could turn back time.
Banner.
If I could find a way.
Banner. Yep, there's our professor.
Went to Narnia, Professor.
Oh no, he would very much believe you, Peter, because he vividly remembers being transported to another dimension thanks to his uncle. This still gets a 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where, like, I didn't like it as much at the time as it maybe deserved. We've certainly gone down quite a path in terms of cinematic quality in the 20 years since this film came out, you know?
Yep. With Liam Neeson as Aslan, who didn't get credited in earlier.
Rupert Everett, yeah. Cameron Rhodes.
And the only scene after a bit of the credits. Yep, and that revealed to us that our professor may know more than he's being on. The trope that was used to describe that sentence was hero of another story.
Yes.
So we will be back in a couple weeks with Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people love Caspian, especially my younger sister. Now, Sony helped out with this.
Yeah, Sony Pictures Imageworks.
And Industrial Light and Magic.
You did it. You make movie film have happy ending. Not.
So, yeah. since there's not much else we could say about this, we will see you tomorrow for Batman Beyond. But there will be no stream from us on Monday since I have no means of streaming.
Yes. Sunday will be a little bit late. Skillet is actually performing in town, and I'm going to that concert.
I hope you enjoy it.
I wasn't planning on doing it originally, because I was like, it's kind of at an awkward time, but then Ozzy Osbourne went and kicked the bucket, and I said, fuck it, you only live once, And
I'm gonna be going down to Epic Universe tomorrow as well.
Oh, nice. All right. How long are the credits for this? We're not sitting through 7 minutes of credits for this. So,
see you later.
Excuse me. There we go. We're